Hi guys, ya sabes que Carlos to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Fall is officially here. Even though we live in Texas and it's like 90 degrees outside, we're still in the spirit. So we're gonna make soup today. Lemony chicken soup with orzo, Greek chicken avgolemono as it's formally known. It is delicious. We're making it in the Intsant Pot today, which is gonna make it super quick, super easy. Dinner on the table in less than an hour. You just can't beat that. Let's get started. All right, so here we go. It's super simple. Everything goes into the Intsant Pot at the same time. So I'm using chicken thigh quarters today. These are bone-in, but I took the skin off. They're loaded with flavor. You can cook them long and they'll never dry out. It's my favorite cut of meat, but you can use a whole chicken that's cut into portions, or you could just literally put the whole chicken in here and then just pull the meat off it. Use your favorite cut of chicken. I don't really recommend breast meat unless you love it because it does tend to dry out a little bit, but we're making soup, so it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, put the chicken in the Intsant Pot. 2 celery sticks, ribs, whatever you call them. I have 3 carrots here that I've peeled. I'm gonna save 1, which is gonna be diced up later. These I'm just gonna cut into these, pieces. These 2 are gonna go in there. I have an onion. I'm just going to cut it into 4 pieces, put it in there. Some garlic cloves, 6 or 7. The more, the better, if you ask me. Then I'm going to season it with 2 teaspoons of salt. If you like less salt is what you should put. Your kitchen, your rules, my kitchen, my rules. I like my food very well salted, so that is a good amount. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is not traditional in Greek recipes, but it has so many nutritional benefits, so I do add a little bit. Also helps give it a little bit more of a yellow color, which is very nice. Some black pepper. You can throw in peppercorns instead of grounding black pepper. And when you get fancy with your pepper mills, they sometimes you have to screw them back together. Anyway, some black pepper. And water. This is 12 cups of water. You should put however much your Intsant Pot holds. This is a bigger one, a bigger Intsant Pot. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I will put the link down below so you can check it out. I got mine on Amazon. They have one that's a little bit smaller than this, and they might have one that's bigger. I don't remember which one it is, like I said, but there is a max line in there. You should never go past that. So I'm just gonna put the lid on. And you want to keep it where the venting is off. You don't want it to vent. You want it to pressurize and keep that steam in there. Then you're just going to put the lid on and then cook it on high pressure for 17 minutes. And you're going to leave it alone for about 10 minutes so that way the pressure can naturally release. After 10 minutes, you can turn the vent on so that way whatever remaining steam and pressure is left in there, it'll release and then it'll open easily. Then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so once it vents, I started off and I let it vent without covering it, but then starts splattering everywhere. So I do like to throw a little towel on it, not to cover the vent completely, but just a little. Someone told me that that's not a good idea. If you think that's not a good idea, don't do that. I just can't stand spatter everywhere. So anyway, now the chicken should be ready. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the chicken and the veggies so that way all we're left with is the broth. If you want to, you can take the extra step of pouring this through a strainer to get any little tiny bits and pieces that you don't want in the stock in there. But we're doing this quick and easy style. If you're busy on the weekdays, you just might not want to strain it. It's totally up to you. If you're new at using an Intsant Pot or a pressure cooker, know that even though we're setting it to pressure cook at whatever it was, 12 or 17 minutes, it takes a little bit of time for the machine to build up that pressure. It takes about 15 minutes for it to get there. Another, 17 minutes to pressure cook the chicken, and then another about 10-15 minutes to slowly release the pressure. That's a little over 30 minutes, but it's really stuff that you're not taking any real action in doing. You're just sitting back. You're passive. You could clean up in the meantime, prepare something else, read a book or something like that. So it's very easy to use this machine. Now I'm just going to get the chicken out of here so it can cool a little faster and put it in a flat plate. It literally falls off the bone. I mean, so easy. So we just have the veggies left in here. We're going to put the chicken on the side. Now I have 1 carrot that I just diced while the chicken was cooking in there. I'm just going to add that to the broth with 1 cup of uncooked orzo. I'm going to add a little bit more salt for that orzo. Give it a little mix. Put the lid back on. And I'm just going to set it to pressure cook for 2 minutes. So while that's going on, I'm just going to shred this chicken. And you can just do that using 2 forks because it's way too hard to handle with your hands. Okay, the chicken is done. Now while the orzo and everything and the carrots are coming up to pressure, we're gonna prepare the sauce. You need some freshly squeezed lemon juice. I juice 3 lemons. Start with 2 lemons and then taste it and add more. I know that I like mine's very lemony, so that's why I did that. And then I'm gonna add 8 egg yolks to this. I know some people like to add the whole egg. I learned it this way from my mom, so this is just how I do it. I'm gonna save the egg whites for maybe some meringue cookies or something like that because no one in this house likes an egg white omelet. I'll just be fooling myself if I say that I'm gonna save it to make that. That is just not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna save the egg whites in this container and put the yolks with the lemon juice. I'm also gonna add a heaping teaspoon of cornstarch just to thicken it a little bit. Give it a nice whisk. And I like dill in this, so I'm gonna add about another heaping teaspoon of dill. If you don't like dill, you could leave it out and just garnish it with parsley once the soup is done. But we all like dill in the house, so mix everything up really well. There we go. And as the chicken cools, if you want to go through it and just take out any little pieces of fat or cartilage, it's a good idea to put it in a flat layer. That means that beeping sound means that it's coming to pressure. I'm just going to kind of get all the things that we don't like eating off of the chicken. If you leave it in a flat layer, it cools way faster than if you were to put it in a bowl. So I'm just going to release the pressure, whatever's left of it. There we go. And then I'm just going to remove the lid and just give it a nice mix. The pasta should be pretty much almost cooked, but it is going to continue to cook a little bit more. I'm actually going to set the saute function so that way as I'm preparing the sauce and putting everything back in, it continues to cook it. I'm going to take some of the liquid, the hot liquid from the soup, and I'm going to put it in the avgolemono mixture so I can temper it. Mix it all up and then put it back in there and give it a nice mix. I'm gonna put all of the chicken back in here. Now, if you don't want that much chicken in your soup, save some of this chicken and make chicken salad sandwiches with it. So as this soup sits, it's gonna sit in here for another 5-10 minutes. It's gonna thicken and it's just gonna be perfect. I'm gonna give it a taste to see if it needs a little more seasoning, some salt and some pepper. Oh my gosh, that is so good. The perfect amount of lemon. It's already so creamy from the orzo and from the egg lemon sauce. It's perfect to me, doesn't need anything else. I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes and I'm gonna serve it up in bowls. So the soup is ready. As the orzo sits in there, it is going to get softer. If you don't wanna use orzo, you can definitely use rice instead. That's it. It's time to take a bite. If you don't have orzo, orzo is very traditional, but you can use your favorite pasta in here. But if you want to keep it very traditional, go with the orzo. It also it lends a little bit of creaminess to it. Perfection. This is comfort food, food for the soul. Also really good for you for coming down with a little cold. They call this the Greek penicillin. It's not endorsed by doctors or anything like that, but all grandmothers, this is what they fed their kids when they were sick. I've got lemon soup, and we felt better the next day. Just saying. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. If you want to print out the exact measurements and the step-by-step recipe, it's on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description box. If you're watching on Facebook, it's up here in the post. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Yes, us.